When you think of Miami, you probably think of this, or this, or this. But what is Miami really like? What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to Freedom to Explore. So if you don't know our story, we are digital nomads who set out to explore 8 of the most iconic North American cities and live there for a month in each place to find out what it's really like to live there.
We spent our first month in the beautiful Toronto, Canada. Last month we were in iconic New York City, and this month we have been living in Miami.
So I feel like Miami is one of those cities that you think you know a lot about and you've heard a lot about, but you really don't know what goes on here outside of the beaches and partying.
So we are here to give you an honest review about what it's actually like to live here as a digital nomad. To do this, we will be evaluating based off of 4 categories: things to do, food, cost of living, and atmosphere. We will be ranking all of these categories on a scale from 0 to 10 and letting you know at the end our overall rating for each category.
So if you've ever wondered if there's anything else to do here besides spring breakers and bachelor parties, then let's get into it.
First category is things to do.
So obviously you have your beaches. Then you have your yacht parties like this one right here. So if you somehow get tired of all the things to do in South Beach and just hanging out at the beach, you could always wander into one of Miami's 6 distinct neighborhoods that all have their own activities and vibes.
We got Coral Gables, Coconut Grove, Little Havana, Downtown, Brickell, but our personal favorite is Wynwood. Wynwood is known for their street art. Here we've got the famous Wynwood Walls, which is an outdoor collection of beautiful murals and sculptures. You do have to pay $12 in order to get inside these gates, which you can definitely do if you want to. But honestly, the experience is kind of the same if you just roam around the streets, because there is art on literally every single wall in this neighborhood.
One of the best things about Wynwood, other than its beautiful wall art, is its wide array of boutiques and random little shops that you will not find anywhere else. So in here, we have this crazy shop. First, over here, we've got a lovely coffee shop where you get some work done. Then if you look over here behind me, you get this huge collection of cars, these beautiful old school cars. It's like crazy. You can get some work done and just look at some cars. This is a man's dream right here. Come on, come on. Then you got my favorite part. I don't even play instruments, but look how beautiful this is.
There are also some super amazing things to do outside the city. A beautiful 3-hour drive will get you to Key West, which is home to North America's only living coral reef. While you're there, you've got to go snorkeling, you've got to get on a sunset cruise. You might as well go parasailing, because why not? You got to try some conch fritters, and you gotta have some key lime pie.
Justin. If for some reason Key West is not really your thing, you don't like blue water, sunny skies, partying, key lime pie, only an hour away you got the Everglades National Parks. So there you can obviously see some alligators and some crocodiles, my favorite, or see some Florida panthers. I didn't even know they have panthers in Florida. Or the best thing you can do is take an air boating tour with my boy Captain Jack. You will not regret it. It was the wildest, coolest, most surreal kind of experience that was oddly satisfying and soothing. Anyways, absolutely beautiful adventure. It's so worth it for the day. Go out there, maybe eat some alligator if you want to. And you should definitely stop by Roberta's here on your way back. 1, because they have some absolutely bussin' smoothies. And 2, because they have the weirdest animal park I've ever seen in my entire life. They have goats, they got ostriches, cows, turtles, all in the same habitat. Didn't know you could do that. So this last part of the things to do category is its nightlife. It is no surprise to anyone here that Miami has an incredible nightlife. Miami has some of the most elite clubs in all of the world, and all of its rooftop bars combined with this beautiful weather here makes just the party scene absolutely incredible. So that's what you're into. You'll never find a better place than Miami.
The only downside is that many of these amazing activities to do are not free, and they also are not too cheap. We didn't really find a ton of free activities to do in Miami in terms of like city events and things like that. So the cost is one downside. However, because the weather here is so amazing year round, you can do any of these amazing activities, all the water activities, beach, all that, all year round, which is a huge plus. So, taking all that into consideration, our final score for things to do in Miami is a 8.5 out of 10. Ooh. Now, it's time for the best category. Food. Not surprisingly, Miami's food is highly influenced by Latin culture. So you can expect to find pretty much any type of Latin food here, as well as like just the fusion. Like they'll have fusions of literally everything. So it's pretty diverse and really cool because I feel like a lot of cities don't really have a lot of Latin food options.
Alright, we found some guys who want to be in our vlog.
What's your YouTube channel?
What do you gotta say to the channel?
What's up? Make sure you like and subscribe.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. Yeah. You're a homie.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Hey, free marketing.
While we did have a lot of really good food here, a lot of what we had was just kind of average, sadly. Miami's definitely not known for its food, and it definitely kind of showed throughout our time here. I feel like, you know, with all the Latin flair here, we would be able to find a lot more quality like Latin food. That just wasn't the case. I think it might be a matter of just like actually finding the more hole-in-the-wall places instead of like more the Instagram-y places. So definitely would recommend trying to dive a little bit deeper than we necessarily did.
Now, that being said, there were quite a few bangers. Mr. O1 had a great Italian food. Ceviche had amazing Peruvian, Japanese fusion. I'm not exactly sure, but it was delicious. Taquiza had amazing tacos, and they made their own tortilla chips. Just good. So y'all know we love our sweets, but unfortunately we didn't really have that many sweets here in Miami. My man Derek, fireman Derek, covered by the fire truck. He knows how to make some pies, okay? I'll give him that. They've got like, I don't know, like 15 different flavors of pie. That was so good. There's also night owl cookies for these like really decadent, like specialty cookies. Those were really great. But sadly, we didn't really have much ice cream, and ice cream is my favorite, so sad day. So all in all, we are giving Miami's food a 6.5.
Yeah, you know, we just didn't have a lot of really great food, and a lot of the sweets that we had didn't particularly just like hit very hard. A lot of what we had was very average, so we gave it kind of an average score.
Yeah, we definitely have really high standards for food, so if you're not blowing us away,
sorry about it. For our next category, we got cost of living.
give me the money, honey. So one cost that you do have to consider also in Miami is transportation. Unfortunately, Miami is not the most walkable city, especially if you're like trying to like go in between, you know, neighborhoods. Like from South Beach, you could not walk downtown. Not gonna happen. So you do need a car, which is something that you have to consider. Obviously, gas, but the biggest bummer, parking. And the worst part, you gotta pay for it. You literally have to pay for it all the time, unless it's 3 a.m., which is lame. And it's only like $3 or so. That shit adds up quick, you know what I'm saying? There's no better place to talk about the cost of living in Miami than the Design District. Hey, Louie. Miami is definitely a city of wealth with its lavish houses on the beach, supercars at every stoplight, and a wide array of high-end fashion stores and boutiques like we've got right here.
You can't take your girlfriend anywhere. She tries to jump in the little pools. This is how you know people got money.
Yeah, a child's Dior store.
So one of your biggest costs while living here in Miami is definitely going to be housing. For ourselves, we paid around $2,300 for a spot in South Beach. It was only 2 blocks from the beach. It was actually pretty big as well, and I think that's one of the big characteristics about South Beach or Miami in general as opposed to a place like New York, where you get a lot more for your money even though it's still pretty expensive.
Yeah, it hurts just a little bit less to pay that much money because you're actually like getting your money's worth. So yeah, I mean, our place was small, like relatively small, and it's still expensive, but you really can't put a price tag on living 2 blocks from the beach, so.
If you go a little bit inland, you can actually still be around 15, 20, 30 minutes from the beach and pay significantly less and be even closer to many of Miami's like cool neighborhoods like we're in right now, the Design District.
We'd say that food in Miami is pretty comparable to food in most other major cities, meaning that you can have very expensive things, you can also have very inexpensive things. Typically, I'd say an entree is anywhere from like $12 to like $25. Drinks can become very, very expensive, especially if you're going to like a fancy cocktail bar or something. We've paid upwards of $20 for one drink, which is kind of ridiculous, but it's Miami, so it is what it is. We didn't really find the food costs to be too unbearably high. We could definitely find some cheaper alternatives, and we also cooked a good deal more than we usually do, and groceries are pretty averagely priced, so it's not too bad.
So a lot of the things you want to do here are going to probably cost you a good penny, but that's okay. There are a lot of decently priced things that are actually a lot of fun. So obviously you have the beach, that's free, minus the parking of course. Then you can do something like parasailing, that was only like $70 for an incredible experience that everyone should do. You can go snorkeling, we went on a tour for $50 a person. We did an airboat tour in the Everglades, that was only $50. So there's a lot of things you can do for a moderate price, and obviously you can go see some sporting games, like the Miami Heat. You can find tickets for as low as $6. So there are a lot of things you can do here that are cheap, it'll just cost you. But a lot of the things are also very expensive. So if you want to go out to eat, you want to go to the bars, you want to go clubbing, probably going to spend a pretty penny. If you want to go to any other fancy or cool places here, it's probably going to cost you a lot. But with that being said, it's not too terribly bad.
All right, overall cost, we're giving Miami a 4 out of 10.
So honestly, it really isn't that bad. For reference, we gave New York a 3 out of 10, so at least it's doing better than New York. But you know, a lot of things here are very expensive. It really just comes down to the cost of living, and the housing is really expensive here. But there's a lot of moderately priced things you can do, like we said before. And of course, you got the beach, and that's always free. All right, so for our last category, and my favorite category, we have atmosphere.
Miami's atmosphere is immaculate. Like,
12 out of 10.
This place is incredible. We've absolutely loved our time here. It's just like such a stunning city. It's so clean, which is like kind of weird, but I swear to God, they do have people come by every single night and like clean up the streets. So it's just like, it's pristine. The weather is perfect. It's like always sunny. It's always blue skies. Except right now, for some reason, I don't really know why. And the architecture, I love the Art Deco architecture. It's so like colorful, it's so unique, and it's so Miami. The palm trees everywhere, it's just like such a vibe. But one of my favorite parts is that it has such a heavy Latin influence, because obviously we're so close to, you know, South America, Cuba, Puerto Rico, all that stuff. And I just absolutely love that. You can see it in like every part of the culture. There's always reggaeton playing, you always hear some Bad Bunny, which that's my favorite. You pretty much hear Spanish here more than you hear English. Like, it's kind of a surprise if you hear English before you hear Spanish, which personally I love. It's really unique because, you know, obviously we're in the United States still, but it's got a little flair. It feels a little foreign, which is always fun.
So I think the people here is really what makes the atmosphere just so tremendous. Everyone's always out, as like you can see, doing things, playing sports, walking around, enjoying themselves, and they're just always so happy and pleasant no matter what's going on. It just makes it so much better to experience your day-to-day life when everyone's just so happy around you. I think the other part of that too is people here are very healthy. They're always active, staying fit, they look great, and they're always tan because of the beautiful, sunny, gorgeous weather here. The other part of this too is that there's truly a type of group for everyone here. Obviously you have the party goers, people are raging face all the time, but there's also a lot of just calm people enjoying the day, a lot of professional business people, a lot of good young professionals here to connect with. So really any type of person can find a group. You don't have to be the biggest partier to enjoy this place. So the only real knock, which I don't really find it being a knock, is that this culture is kind of flashy. You see it in the cars, the clothes, how people kind of present themselves. But I never see it as like a negative thing where they're kind of showing it in your face or being very pretentious about it. You can see, you know, cars, there's valet literally everywhere here. But I love flashy things. I like nice things too, so I'm a big fan.
So our rating for the atmosphere of Miami, I mean, it's top notch. We give this place a 9.5 out of 10, okay?
It is so hard to find a place with a better vibe than Miami. I don't know if that place exists, and I hope to find it one day to give it a full 10, but right now, Miami's top of the list and definitely the best in the US. We love it here. The people here are phenomenal. You really can't have a bad day when you're next to the beach, and it's just a tremendous, beautiful place.
Agreed.
Now it is time for our final ranking of what it's like to live in Miami as a digital nomad for 1 month.
So adding everything all together, Miami gets a 7.25 out
Hey-o.
of 10.
Really not bad. I know the number doesn't sound that great considering what we just said about the atmosphere, but the number was really brought down by the cost of living. It's just kind of expensive to live here, but you do get more than you do in a lot of other places, and the food was good but not incredible. But like we said, the atmosphere here is incredible and there's way too much to do, and so I think that makes up for the fact that it's kind of expensive and the food might not be great. You can always find something great to do and be happy doing it.
Yeah, no, we love it here and we will 1000% be back.
We'll be back.
That's all I gotta say. We do these reviews everywhere we go, so if there's something that you would like to be added, let us know in the comments. If there's a city that you really want to know about, let us know. Maybe we'll add it to the list, you know? I don't know.
So with that being said, I really hope you enjoyed watching this video. We enjoyed making it and living our life here to the fullest in Miami. So if you did, go ahead, smash that like button, hit the subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you get a reminder every single time we post.
That's
Thanks so
right.
much for watching. We out.